All right. Excuse me. What is going on, everybody? My name is Pete, but you probably already knew that. But in case you didn't, you guys are watching the PTD Vlogs, day number 796. If you're watching on the replay, represent the replay crew. Comment hashtag Team Replay. Hope you guys are doing well out there. This is a continuation of what I was talking about on Pay to Drive, previously on Pay to Drive. What's up to Nas, the gig accountant, J-Dig, Drive Gig with Renee, Herbert Chow, Jesse J. Grubbs. What's up? Kimberly Thomas. How you doing? What's going on, Kimberly Thomas? What's up, everybody? Smash the heck out of that like button if you wouldn't mind on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Thank you for doing that. John Christophic, what's up? I feel like I haven't seen you in a couple days. What's going on, Johnny? Johnny K. John Christophic. John, hey, is it snowing over in Pennsylvania right now? Actually, comment 333 if it's snowing where you are, and put in the chat where you are in the United States, and comment 444 if it's not. Yeah, it's snowing over here. I'm about to go home and go inside real quick. It's cold, man. It's 28 degrees. So anyway, I think it's very interesting from that comment, from that account 1099, about how they were saying, you know, GrubHub can't deactivate you. They cannot deactivate you for your acceptance rate, even if it's 0%. It's literally says it in the contract, and I even showed it. What the hell was that? That was weird. I heard some weird noise outside. Hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully it's nothing weird. Anyway, that really threw me off. I literally showed you guys the contract where it says in yesterday's video, you know, how you can pick and choose at your sole discretion which orders you want to take. This is something that we have said so many times. And the fact of the matter is, GrubHub can decide how many orders they send to you. There's nothing in the contract about that. That is a legal loophole, because you're trying to tell me that these companies have not had tons of lawyers go up and down that contract of theirs saying, how the heck can we stop these cherry pickers? Because we have rights that protect us as independent contractors, and they have ways of trying to get around those rights, and it makes sense. That's the scary part, because they're getting good. They're getting better at it. You know, they can throttle you. That's what a lot of people call it. They call it throttling when they're not sending you too many orders, you know, based on your acceptance rate. They'll never tell you, based on your acceptance rate, we will not send you orders, but it's like an unwritten rule, an unwritten law, an unwritten bylaw, if anything, you know. What's up, Duncan? How are you? It's snowing in upstate New York. You guys upstate New York always get tons of snow. Where are you at? In like Buffalo or Schenectady or something? Oh, that was my wiper that made that noise. It was the wiper. ATX is wet but warm today. Where is ATX? James Worley, what's up? Are you guys all subscribed to James Worley? Comment 333 if you are, 444 if you're not. Tap on his name in the chat and hit go to channel and then hit subscribe. So is it someone picking and choosing who gets the orders? Personally, I think it's the dispatcher. The dispatcher plays favorites, you know, per se. What's up, Angelo? How are you? You know, I feel, again, this is not necessarily fact, okay? This is based off that comment that was just an eye-opener. I read it earlier this morning, and I'm like, I'm going to talk about that on our video stream later, because that makes a lot of sense. And again, if somebody wants to put me on blast for it, I totally get it, but at least make it an honest debate. You know what I mean? Don't be insulting about it. You know what I mean? You know, anyone. Because it really does make sense. If they can't legally take you off their platform, they can make you quit. You know what I mean? It's almost like at a job where it's like, yeah, well, you did nothing wrong, but we can make you quit. You know, like I've seen it happen in retail. For instance, back when I worked in retail, when I was in college, I worked at Staples. Really random. But I learned a lot about people. I learned a lot about the industry. It was, you know, I have no regrets of working that job. There was an employee that used to come in and, you know, did their job, but management didn't like them. You know what I mean? They weren't insubordinate. They just weren't, I don't know what it was. I don't know what you want to call it, but management just wasn't crazy about this person. So eventually what started happening is they started changing their schedule. And, you know, that was the first thing. Then they made them do tons of busy work, like stupid stuff. You know, like, yeah, make sure you go into this aisle, take everything off, and then like put it all back on. And it's like, well, why am I doing this? It's like, just, we need it done. They didn't need it done. You know, what ended up happening after about 3 months, this person put in their 2 weeks notice, and then that was it. They were gone because management didn't want them around anymore. You know, it goes a little deeper than that. But again, they were not insubordinate. So there was nothing legally that the management could say, well, you're late, so we're going to fire you. You're insubordinate. You didn't do what we said, so we're going to fire you. You know what I mean? That's, hey, what's up, Edward Nieto? You know? Remember, there are always ways around things. There's always loopholes, you know? So these companies are so desperate now because, you know, us as YouTube content creators, we're informing you guys, we're giving you guys tips and tricks about how to cherry pick, how to make more money and stuff like that, you know. It's like these companies are literally trying to find ways around, you know, getting us, basically getting us to want to stop, getting us to want to quit. You know, and I'm not going to lie, in the last year, so many of you have reached out and said, yeah, in 2020, I'm not going to be doing this anymore. They're just not sending me orders. They're just not sending me good orders. You know what I mean? It happens. And for those of you guys that are saying, nah, Pete's crazy, he's lying, it's impossible. Think about it, man. If they can't legally get rid of you, they have to come up with another way. They're like, all right, well, if we don't give you orders, you don't make money. So therefore, you're going to leave our platform willingly. That's what they're banking on, and it makes sense. James Worley will back me up on that. These gig apps will do everything to experienced drivers in attempt to make them quit and push the low pay and long distance orders to the novice drivers who accept everything in fear of firing. Exactly, he's 110% right. When I first started, I literally worked in fear of being deactivated every day, and I wasn't doing anything wrong. I didn't even think I was allowed to drop a block. I remember I was working all these blocks, 11 hours, 12 hours a day from open to finish, from 11 to 11. I remember that. I was a premier driver. I accepted every single order. They had me driving all over the place, you know, making the minimum, the hourly minimum. And I was like going nuts, man. I was like, this sucks. I don't know. And I remember I was getting burnt out. I'm like, I really need to drop a block. I really need to go home. You know, I'm tired or whatever, you know, and I was petrified. I was petrified of dropping a block. I remember I dropped the block and I was like, oh man, they marked that I dropped the block. I remember I called driver care and I was like, I'm so sorry. I had to drop the block. I'm overworking myself. And I remember they were like, it's okay, you can do that. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but it says that the block is dropped and I don't want to lose my premier status. And they're like, you're legally allowed to do that, you know? And I'm like, oh, and in the beginning, I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm like, do I have to wear the GrubHub uniform? They're like, you're an independent contractor. You don't legally have to wear it, you know? Yeah, guys, burnout is real. I've experienced GrubHub burnout so many times. You know, I understand, you know, it's like the money is just sitting out there waiting for you to get it, but your health and your well-being is way more important than that. Because if you don't have your health and your well-being and, you know, being well-rested, you're damaging your body. You're actually damaging your body, and you're taking years off your life by not getting enough sleep, by not, giving yourself enough ample rest. You know, I know bills pile up. I'm dealing with it myself. You know, but all we can do is try and stay positive and move forward. That's all we can do. So I'm just curious what all of your thoughts are on this particular situation. Do you think that this is something that GrubHub is doing, that they're throttling drivers with low acceptance rate? They can't deactivate you, but they can definitely withhold sending you too many orders or sending you, good orders. You know, they can choose to send you crap orders all day long. And again, that's at the sole discretion of the dispatcher. You said burnout, and Matt kept looking at me like, He said, thank you, Pete. Why is he thanking me, Renee? Are you saying because you burn yourself out working too much? Because it happens. I'm a partner, 7%, have a full schedule for next week, added a lot of blocks in the Vegas market. How do you like the Vegas market? Let me know. I got obsessed with these jobs, so I burned myself out. I was the same way. My girlfriend was upset. My family, my mom, I remember specifically, you know, she was talking with my father about it, and she's like, man, you know, I'm out there killing myself. They were like, you know, we wish you didn't have to break your ass like that. Those were her exact words. Like, but like, we can't stop you, you know? And I'm like, yeah, but you know, there's money on the table. There's money on the table. If I'm not out there, I don't get paid, you know? I was a huge, big time workaholic. You know, like a lot of people give me crap that I'm not out there working full time like I was, that I'm using this YouTube money to help supplement. Like a lot of people get really upset about that. But again, nobody's stopping you. Make videos on YouTube, you know, because like, again, I was killing myself. I was racking up mileage. I was getting oil changes like every 4 weeks. Like it was insane. It was insane. I had to switch to synthetic oil eventually because I was literally burning up miles on a car like crazy. You know, don't ever feel like you can't take a break. You have to take breaks. I'm telling you, it'll get crazy out there, you know. It is what it is. Everyone has different work ethic, you know, but it is what it is, guys. I'm going to wrap this up. The snow's getting pretty heavy out here. Please be safe. Smash the heck out of that like on the count of 3. Let's see if we can go for 30 likes. 1, 2, 3. Thank you for watching, everybody. Subscribe down below with the notifications on, and I'll catch up with all of you tomorrow here on the PTD Vlogs. Sometimes you got to work smarter, but not harder. Exactly, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Be well, and we'll see you next time. Peace.